It's funny, and I think it's a story of all of our lives. In Indian education system, we are wired to think that if you start topping your school, you need to do something academic, and that's the trap that I fell for. What if my parents want to get me married? Have I made the wrong choice of starting my own business right after college?
A very warm welcome to the next edition of Meet the Maestros. Today we have a very special guest with us. She is, okay, let me just check if I'm getting all of it right. She is a musician, she's a lyricist, she's a designer, and she's also an entrepreneur. I'm very, very pleased to have our guest today, Rashi Singhal. Hi, Rashi.
Hi, Avanti. How are you?
Very well. How are you doing?
Very well, and I'm so glad to be here with you.
Okay. So, of course, we all know what a wonderful designer Rashi is. But what many people may not know is that she wanted to actually be an insurance actuary and also got calls from multiple IIMs and Premier B schools. So, tell us about that journey, Rashi.
It's funny, and I think it's a story of all of our lives. In Indian education system, we are wired to think that if you start topping your school, you need to do something academic, and that's the trap that I fell for. So I started to be an actuary. I gave interviews for all these CAT and MBA exams, but deep down, I really wanted to be a designer, and that's what I eventually did. So after this entire long journey, I went ahead, did my second undergrad in design, and here I am today.
So we also hear that once you had the switch to design, something in you said you wanted to give up in a couple of months. Then what happened then?
So in December 2016, I started my own design studio. And somewhere in Feb, I was at my lowest point. I had very few clients. I wasn't doing very well. And at the same time, I also got an offer from this other studio saying, "Hey, why don't you join us? And you'll be heading design with us." And I was almost in the situation where, have I made the wrong choice of starting my own business right after college? And I happened to speak to this client who somehow figured something's off, shared the story with him, and he told me a wonderful thing that, Rashi, give your business 1,000 days. If it doesn't work, then give up. And I gave it 1,000 days, and today here I am again in front of you.
We do have a lot of, softwares and templates, and there are these infographics and canvas who are getting designed, making it easy for even beginners to do it. And there are a lot of, we get a lot of clients ki hum hi kar lete hai, aap rehne do,
So my simple thinking is that if I gave you a paintbrush, Avanti, would you become a Rembrandt overnight? You wouldn't, right? So similarly, even if I give you a Canva or any of these softwares, they are just tools. You can't become a designer overnight. And if what you're designing is working for you, I'm more than happy. And from when I speak from a business perspective, because I always try to fit myself in the business shoe and think of what would I do. If you want to design quick things which are not of a very high relevance or importance to you, and you want to save money, please go ahead. Every penny counts when you're running a business.
Don't you think the focus on digital was even more before the pandemic, or you think this one has really pushed it to the wall?
It has pushed it to the wall because a lot of businesses earlier felt, hey, we're a B2B, why do we need a website? People are just going to come to us on relations.
Okay.
And even if we have a website, it's okay if it looks mediocre.
Okay.
Now they're coming back and saying, you know what, our website doesn't look that professional, and we want to enhance it. We want to revamp it.
Okay. While on the website, guys, the Wordberries website, and when it's launched, please have a look. This is like a shameless brand plug that I'm doing here. But the designs have been done by Chromatick, and they are super. It's just not because we are on camera, but off the line also, we've just loved the designs that they've done for us. So thank you so much.
Very kind of you. And what I do feel a lot of Indian companies, specifically the new ones, don't invest in and should invest in is branding.
Okay.
They don't understand that it's not just a logo design, but if your brand is set well right at the beginning, it will take them a very long way.
Maybe any advice that you have for younger people who want to start off design and have their own studio?
Yes, and I believe it's very important to all of you out there who are new to the world, who want to start your own business. Please remember a design studio is a lot more than just design. If you're the entrepreneur, you're the office boy, you're the accountant, you're the administrative person, you're doing client servicing, you are running around for the smallest of things, even including fixing the internet. And so while you love designing, that's probably something you'll be doing the least.
Lovely. Thank you, Rashi. We had some real great learnings that we sort of can take back. And we just hoping that our viewers also get to learn or get to understand maybe something from a design from a business point of view. I mean, it's just not about logo bada kar do, color thoda dark kar do, font change kar do. There's much more that goes behind the scenes. So this was a wonderful session that I had. Thank you so much, Rashi.
Thank you, Avanti. It was my pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much.